Herb's here, if you can hear me.
Irv, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Marie's having technical difficulties. I just got home. I'm gonna let you guys at it. I gotta go take care of a few things. And I'll
All
come
right.
back and check in. I don't know what issues she's having. She just,
Hello, I can hear you and I can see you now, so that's good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Catherine.
Okay, good, good. Hi, Terry, you look cold.
I'm not supposed to be here. I just got home because Jean Marie's having trouble, so.
Hi, Jean Marie, nice to, no, that's Kearney, hi. I don't see her.
I think everybody's admitted and I'll come back and check in a little bit. That's the best I can do. Herb, I'm gonna make you co-host, so if someone else shows up, you can let them in. How's that?
Okay, if I can figure it out.
It will just say that someone's there
Yeah,
and you just click on the admit button.
okay, it says Elizabeth Hilchey when we click her name.
She's in already, it looks like.
Already in. There's
She's
7
in, okay,
people
good.
there already. Would you rather have me make Gabe co-host?
Yeah, Gabe can be co-host.
That's fine, I can do it.
Thanks, Gabe.
So
No problem.
you're gonna have to, someone's gonna have to take minutes because Jean Marie, it doesn't look like she's gonna get here. I don't know what the issue is. I'll try calling her after I take care of my animals.
I can take some minutes.
Okay,
Thanks, Herb.
I'll be back.
All right, maybe a little slow, but I get it. Okay,
Glasses.
we have a quorum, so we can get started. Can you guys see me all right? I can't see me. I can't see myself.
No, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Richard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't see you. I hear you, but I can't see you.
All right, I don't know why. I gotta maybe just try something here. I was on there. I see you now.
you muted just, yeah.
Did I mute myself?
No, unmuted now.
Okay, I can see it. It should come on. I had a picture before.
It's in the bottom left corner for me. You know, there is the mute button and right next to it, there is the stop video. So if it has a cross on it, the video is off. And if you
Okay,
click
let me
on
look.
it again,
Through the buttons here. Don't see it here. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'll keep working on it. We're here tonight we're going to start in with this application for Mr. Ratcliffe. And would you like to tell us a little, the board about your project, Richard, one more time?
It's self-storage units. There's going to be, I was going to go with 20 units, but the lot's not quite as long as I thought. So I think I'm going to go with just 8 long. So it'll be 16 units. So the building
Okay.
will be 84 feet long, not 100. It's not quite as, I want a little more room for the drive. So it's going to be just 84 feet long, the same 41-foot depth.
Okay.
So it'll be
Do we
16.
have, before we get much further with this, was any documentation submitted on this project? Do we have anything to look at here?
Yeah, you have the whole package there somewhere.
That was a long time ago. I'll pull it up.
it's dated, okay, in the 11/21. Oh no, actually, where is it? I had it earlier.
I've got it.
My question, I have a question about the map. It shows on the lot, there is like a little insert lot, like 22-1.
You insert lot, or it's a right of way.
It's a
Is
right
that-
of way, and then there is a 1 acre separate, you know,
Yes, in the back, I have the 1.5 acres in the front, and the house in the back has a existing right of way. They have a drive that runs up to their house, which is behind this lot.
okay, so all the units will be on this, you know, in front of that lot.
Yes, this building's gonna go parallel to the road, about 50 to 60 feet back from the road. I haven't got it quite laid out yet exactly until I get the groundwork done. Now I'm gonna leave a little extra room. That's why I'm just gonna go 84 feet, not 100. I'm gonna leave a little extra room where that right of way is. So people that are going around the storage units can have plenty of room without going onto that right of way.
And I noticed you're not requiring any water on this property, I mean, on this, you know, development.
No, there's gonna be no facilities at all. It's just gonna be a building for people to store things. I'll probably have some security lights, and that's gonna be about it for any utilities.
I think we lost
Yeah, if we lost her,
Irv. Can you call him back or?
He's coming back in. He just appeared.
Terry's back.
There you-
Not for long, I'm just shutting my stuff off. I just stop my video and all that stuff.
Yeah, we lost her.
He's back.
He's back.
There's Irv. Hi, Irv.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I have some information on it. I have his application here.
Yeah, we found it.
Okay, you have the application. He has his entrance permit. The building is 100 by, I guess, 40 or 41 feet.
Yeah, just telling them, I'm gonna shorten it up to 84, to get a little more room to get around the building
Okay,
because of that right of way across here. I don't want people to have to go onto that right of way. Don't want to block her
Alright.
drive.
and you have a deed to this now. You bought the land.
What's that? I bought the land now, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right, I got that there. Does the board have any concerns about this project, or it's on map 7, lot 22? And I guess that's right on the main road, 131.
You bought the land from the people who have the house in the back?
The woman that owns the land, she owned a big lot, like 50 to 60 acres. And she gave that lot to her daughter years back. And then her daughter has since moved in with a guy. So she sold the house. So there's other people behind there now. She's parceled out. This will be the third piece she's sold off on this big lot that she owned over the years.
And the
Okay.
people behind you are aware that you're going to do that?
Yeah, I stopped and talked to her and asked her if she knew where the boundaries were, and she wasn't sure, but the woman that owns the big lot did go out and show me the stakes where the property lines were. So I got that defined before they want to buy the property without knowing where my lines were.
Mm.
Now, is this Pamela Perkins? Is she the abutter?
Pamela Perkins is the one that owns the whole, like 50 to 60 acres, the whole,
Okay.
she's the one that's been selling off the lots there.
Is there any other lots, is there anybody else besides Pamela Perkins that is abutting your lot now?
There's a guy on the other side. I've been up and talked to him too, or his wife, actually. I've spoken to people across the street, so I've spoken to everybody there.
Okay,
He's quite a ways away. You can't see. He owns a bunch of trees, and then he has a driveway. He's on the other side, so he's several hundred yards back in the woods there.
okay. Well, the lot, one question I had for you, is this in R1 or R2? Do you know what district it's in. I think it's rural one or rural, might be rural two.
I'm not sure.
I can put, it's not, because it's not a village zone and it's not an island zone, so it's gotta be either one of those. Okay, I was trying to figure that out today, but I can find that off the map eventually. Does the board, would the board want us to do the performance standard review tonight? Or do they want any other conditions met before we go through the process?
Irv, I have the map.
Yeah,
It's R1.
R1, okay, thank you. Okay. A few spots and then fill in. So all the neighbors have been notified verbally, Richard. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah,
All the neighbors
yeah.
around there?
Those are the only ones that's even close. Like I say, it was a very big lot to start with that Pamela Perkins owns. So
Right. So, okay, on this lot, on Route 131, there's a, map 22. Where is this located? There's a 22-1 that I have here. Which one are you getting? Or is it somewhere on the main road? I don't know.
Is,
On the lot 22, map 7, lot 22. I'm just looking at it here. It's
The
got
tax
two-
map doesn't reflect that lot having been subdivided, I don't believe.
Oh,
like
okay.
there's a lot, there's a 1 acre lot behind it, and you'll see a
Yeah.
right of way to that. I
Yeah.
bought the lot directly in front of that 1 acre lot, which my
I
lot
see.
includes the right of way. And
Okay,
it goes to that stone wall, which abuts the other neighbor. I
So
can't
there's a
remember. his name.
driveway right there. I'm
right.
looking
Okay.
at it.
I see all that.
There's a
Okay.
driveway. There's a driveway along that right of way back to the lot, right, Richard?
Right,
Right.
yeah, I bought that, the lot I bought comes with that
Road.
driveway and the right of way up through it. I'll
Okay,
be building east of that or whatever, I guess on the other, obviously on the side there.
right. Okay. So your piece, will that be, the piece that you're telling me, is that on the main road on 131?
Yes, it's on the main road, that acre lot's directly behind it.
Piece. Okay, that's just getting the location of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's essentially south of the driveway. In between the
Right.
driveway and the far lot line is where the building is gonna go.
Right, that long lot line that runs between all those properties, you can see that if you're gonna have the map there, that one line runs on the south side of my lot, it runs all the way up through to the river, all the way back in there for miles, I think.
Makes sense.
An old stone wall, that property line's been there for forever, the stone wall's ancient.
Okay. So it's going to be 16 storage units now.
Yeah.
And then building's going to be 80 feet.
84.
84
They're
feet.
10-foot units, so you really have to give them a little bit for the walls and stuff, so you don't give them like
What's
9
what's
and a half.
the width of the building going to be?
It's gonna be 41 by 84.
Okay. Good enough. Okay. Well, I'm ready to move forward on the application. If the rest of the board is, or if they want to, if they have any concerns, they can bring them up when we go through. Does that sound reasonable?
that's fine.
Okay.
We do have, I mean, we do have members of the public here.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. If they can.
Believe,
why
I
don't
think we have
why
at
don't
least,
We have before we get too far into this, why don't we just go down? We have everybody here. We have a quorum. We have a roll call the meeting to order. And we'll call that meeting time, say 6:15 today.
yep.
Okay, we can listen to any comments from the public. Let's go ahead for that first. That was on the agenda. Is there any public comment?
Looks like we have at least, so we have 3 members of the public in the meeting at this moment.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody wants to make a comment.
No,
No, okay. Then we'll go on to new business and do the land application for Mr. Ratcliffe. Okay. This property is located at, on 131, 686 St. George Road, South Thompson, Maine, County of Norfolk, Registry Deeds Book 2827, page 260. South Thompson, map lot 7, map 7, lot 22. Size of the lot's going to be 1.5 acres. Okay, so with that, we'll proceed with the app performance standard review and special exemption conditional use of the land use ordinance. So it's going to be 1, 27, 20, 22. Applicant's name is Richard Ratcliffe. Applicant's address is 252 Waterman's Beach Road, South Thompson, Maine, 04858. Jurisdiction findings, the applicant requested a special exemption conditional use under the land use ordinance. The applicant is for a new 84 by 41 storage building with 16 storage units. It's going to be used in the R1 zone and is determined as application deemed to be complete. I say yes, you got all the stuff there so far. The applicant has had in hand all state, federal permits and approvals for the required project. So only thing that you need, we'll go through that too. Specifically, MDOT site determination entrance review permit. And you have an entrance permit I see in your packet, Richard?
It's in there somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, I found it. Okay, is there any Maine Department of DEP site review for that land? It's not in wetland area, is it?
No,
No, so that would be a non-applicable. There's another one for site review regarding impacts on wildlife. I don't think along 131 that's anything that would be there. Any other conditions specifically that the board's concerned with as far as the site location?
No.
Okay. Plan board is given jurisdiction to review the application under the land use ordinance. The proposed use of storage building with 16 units is an authorized use within the rural 1 district. It may be conditioned by the planning board based on the above findings. The planning board maintains jurisdiction to review the application before it. Okay, standard findings. The applicant's name, Richard Ratcliffe, provided I don't know if we have the deed here tonight, do we? You have it.
no, you can pull it up though, if you want. You could just go on Registry
not
of
a
Deeds,
trust.
State of Maine, pull it up. It's should be
Okay,
registered by now.
you have a deed. And then in the actual address is 686 St. George Road.
Now, that's gonna be changed. 686 is Pam Perkins. She owns
Yeah.
that big piece of land. I noticed the one behind me is, I think it's 710. So we'll have to get
Okay.
an address for it once, once I get back to Maine to do it.
Okay. So we need a number.
Because I think the one behind me is 710, I believe. But I can't,
I can actually check with Brian on that. I think he puts those numbers out.
Arthur
Arthur?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grayson does the. Hi,
Are you Jean Marie?
yes, I am.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, isn't this odd? Yeah, the laptop, well, anyway, I'm on my big boy. And
Okay.
went to the link and sorry, I wasn't here when I should have been. I called Terry and she said, just try to do the long link. So
Okay.
I don't have a laptop myself. Well, anyway, don't need to go on all night.
Okay.
Nice to
so
Zoom
we'll
meet
check
you.
with Arthur Pearson
Urban,
on
I
that
don't
number.
see your face. Where are you?
I'm trying to get it on there, but I can't.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
I don't
All
want
right.
to, I knocked myself off the last time I did it.
Oh, yep. Okay, so I'm writing notes, Urban.
Okay. Dan's here with me, the CEO, sitting beside me.
Dan, okay. Yep, he's my neighbor. Right, Dan?
How you doing tonight, Jean Marie?
I don't see you. So
Well,
that's okay. That's
we'll
okay.
get it on there somehow.
I'll see you Tuesday. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Richard, I just heard you say when you get back to Maine, where are you?
In Florida.
Oh, my God.
See, that's why I have the tan. See the tan?
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it for me.
I hear it's very
Okay.
cold there. It's been cold here, but it's.
Oh,
been a
I'm
couple days.
sure. We feel
Yeah.
really bad for you.
I had to put a sweatshirt on the other day. It was so
Oh,
cold.
jeez. And we got the big boy coming on Saturday.
Okay, we'll continue on here a little bit. So I'll find that what the number they're gonna put on that address on that. And
Yes,
when I type up the final land use, the performance standards will be there. Land use ordinance findings, this property is within the R1 district. Application request to operate a 16-unit self-storage building. Proposed operations is defined as commercial, not industrial, which is permitted by the planning board as a special exemption conditional use. Based on the above findings, proposed use is permitted in the R1, and the property is within the R1 district. Okay. Land use findings compliance dimensions requirements. It has more than 1 acre. It requires 1 acre, and the property is 1.5 acres. Based on the above finding, the applicant does conform to with the ordinance dimensional requirements. Okay, number 5 on there, land use ordinance findings. Performance standards. Okay, I'm just gonna go down through these. They don't apply, a lot of them. It's not a campground. Okay, what are you gonna have? And then it's gonna say, lighting shall be shielded to prevent direct glare, adjoining residence property or public rights of way. So you can't have any light shining on, like Guilford Butler School that shine out in the road. So you agree with that, Richard?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna have just security lights.
Security light.
I have the ones on Waterman's Beach Road. If you don't light it up at night, it deters people from coming there at night. Which I
Okay.
really don't want people there at night.
Okay, so there'll be, we
I
want
would
like,
require, I think that, a minimum of light would be preferred from our,
Right.
from our perspective.
that's coming up in the application. But industrial use, outdoor storage of material, products, vehicles shall be screened from view. So there won't be any of that. Correct? Nothing outside the buildings. Okay, that's NA. Off-street parking should provide sufficient spaces as determined by the planning board to eliminate on-street parking. So we'll have to, that's be a yes. So you'd be off-street parking there.
Yeah, there's gonna be a drive all the way around the building.
Right,
People access their own individual storage units.
okay. It's not an outpatient treatment treatment clinic with special condition of land use ordinance apply. So that's NA. Based on the above findings, proposed permit complies with performance standards with noted conditions. Okay, comprehensive plan findings, the comprehensive plan does not recommend any changes to the zoning in this area. It's an allowed use in that area. The comprehensive plan also does not recommend any changes to the permitting use in this district, which is an R1. Based on the above finding, the application does conform to the comprehensive plan. So those things are all being met because that is an allowed use in an R1. Land use ordinance findings. Special investment conditional use. Here we're getting into the meat of it now a little bit. The planning board may, in order to carry out the purpose of special exemption procedure, require additional conditions, specifications, criteria, standards necessary to protect the public interest so as to fit such use harmoniously, compatibility into the neighborhood and location. Such conditions may include, but are not limited to, increased setbacks. The state of Maine requires 6 feet. So unless the board wants a bigger setback from the neighbors.
What is it, doing
No,
the
Thompson has 0. We, as a town, we don't have any in our town. The state requires 6 feet.
It's
If you
gonna be
want more-
plenty of leeway.
question.
The drive will go all the way around the building. So I'm gonna have at least 20 feet all the way around this building for people to drive around it. So I won't be
Okay.
within 20 feet of anybody's property line.
All
And-
right.
Are there trees right now in between the lots, like?
Yes.
Yeah, so there
Yeah.
is a partition as well.
Okay. So do you want, So it'd be all right to put 20 feet in there, Richard?
Yeah, because that's what it's gonna be.
That's what you need.
I have to be able to drive around the entire perimeter.
Okay. So you're gonna be at least 20 feet from any property lines, setback lines from another piece of property.
Yeah, yes.
That would work for you. Okay. Okay, and from roads, how far is it gonna be off the road?
I think I'm gonna be 50 feet back, I believe. There's
Right.
a good sized ditch in the front, and I've got to have room for people to turn around, and, you know, people pull in there with a trailer with stuff on it. They need quite a bit of room to maneuver.
Okay, no bodies of water around that property?
No,
NA?
And
Okay.
are we 100% certain that there's no wetland there? I think just looking at the Google Maps, the vegetation suggests it's some wet ground. Have you had that assessed, Richard?
like I say, there's a ditch in the front that runs the whole length of 131 right there. And there's a big culvert that runs underneath it. There's all those properties on that side of 131 slope gradually uphill. So all the runoff runs down and runs into that ditch and then runs across and down from there.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good lot. I've looked it over very thoroughly. It goes a gentle uphill slope all the way back up the whole length of the lot.
Okay, can you see us now?
There you are.
Yeah,
Yeah, we found the right
Can you see
button.
me?
Okay,
Hey, can you see me, Urban?
yes, I can see you too.
Okay.
You
Bye.
can do it. You see
Bye.
part of me. I'm a little close. I got a room for Dan to be in here too. All right, so what would you like to see there, Gabe? What's your concern again?
I think that was just about the setbacks. I was just looking at I think we're okay with this, with the setbacks.
Okay, very good. Comply with state main setbacks, required additional setbacks from any dwelling existing at the time of permitting totaling. Do we want any additional setback distance other than the 20 feet?
no,
Okay, I'm gonna put 20 in there again. The relevant boundary lines will be clearly marked by a licensed surveyor. So is this, you have a plot survey map or it's been surveyed?
It was staked out before I got there. The lot, one side is the road, the other side is the old stone wall that's been there forever. And there's two pins on the back side separating that acre and a half lot from the acre lot behind it. So, and they have a road plan. So it hasn't been surveyed by a professional surveyor, but it's,
There's
the
a
pins are
deed
already
though
there.
to it. There's a
What's that?
deed that you have, that you purchased it with. So that would have the boundaries, meets and bounds on that.
oh, yeah, the boundaries are in the deed, yeah. Description of the
Okay.
deed.
So I guess we'll have to get a hold of that. We'll need to get the deed and to keep it with the packet at some point here. There's not going to be no water on the property, no well,
No,
okay? No septic system,
no,
no. Impact quality of groundwater condition requirements. So that would be no, because there's no sewage for that. Okay, visual screening condition requirement. Operations will be or will not be visible from the road.
Herb,
It
I would
will be.
advocate very, very strongly for this to be screened from the road. My opinion is a fairly scenic stretch of Route 131, and I think that we have to be pretty cautious about what we allow to be put in there. So I would
Okay.
recommend that we require visual screening from the road in this project.
All right. What kind of screening are you recommended, I guess? Would it be a fence or a
I would say vegetative screening.
vegetative screening? Are you agreeable to put some vegetative screening along the road, Richard?
well, I could, I just didn't want to, I'm just worried about it at night, about security. I didn't want it. I kind of wanted it, people to see it. I noticed that my competition up the street there, US Storage has his right very close to the road.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah,
afraid
I would
of-
argue that allowing that to be so close to the road and visible was a mistake that I don't want us to make again.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. It might not be shared by other members of the board. But I
is
would,
this other storage facility in South Thomaston or St. George?
It's in South Thomas, about a half a mile from where I'm gonna build.
Okay. Hmm.
My only concern about, I have no issue with planting things in front there, but the only issue I have is that I don't want people up in there sneaking around in the middle of the night. And security around these storage buildings has to be pretty tight because people store their valuables in there. I'm trying to make it as safe as I can. Of course, I'll have to have security cameras also. But that's my only concern about about screening it. I could put a hedge up front there, I suppose, and not make it too high so you could see if somebody was in there or something.
I think that you might, I would recommend that you rely on the security cameras for that and hide the building from the road. That would be what I would ask the planning board to include in this approval, that the building not be visible from the road. Obviously, you see out the driveway, that's fine, within reason, but I prefer not to interrupt the landscape in that way.
I mean, because I mean, that road, the fact that it would be visible from the road, you're talking about security. I mean, do you live nearby? So who would be there to see that there is somebody?
I have security cameras. I can see I have the facility on Waterman's Beach Road now, and I can see it from my computer right here.
All right, so then the fact that it would be hidden would not impair that ability.
That's true, yeah.
So,
What do you,
I've
are you thinking like
seen
a
these
hedge
buildings
there?
on Waterman's Beach. They're very well kept and maintained. They're not bad looking. I mean, if you just want to hide the buildings,
Yeah, they're not the metal buildings. I typically build with a wood structure with vinyl siding and architectural shingles. They're a decent looking building.
that's another.
I would maintain my request that preferably with a combination of trees and shrubs to screen the building from the road to a reasonable degree, such that it
Yeah, it's
doesn't
probably
affect the
best-
scenic character of the landscape.
Yeah, if I plant some stuff in the front, probably dress it up a little bit too. If I put a hedge in there, maybe some flowers or something, just to give it a little better look to it. Along that edge of that ditch, I'm gonna be setting back. Like I say, there's a ditch, and then they're gonna have room for people to turn. So just behind the ditch, like 20 feet from the road, I could put something along there. I don't want to go too high because if I do, it'll block the sunlight out. Then you get an issue of ice and snow build up back in there too.
well, I guess we kind of need to make a definition of what size and height and so forth, if we're going to have it screened or hedge. I mean, do you just want a few trees to kind of block it all, or you just want like a barrier more?
I think a combination of native species, trees and shrubs to provide a softening of the visual impact from the.
Well,
from
if
the
you
road.
planted a few pine trees along the front or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think we need to dictate the species. I just think the area between the front of the building and the road, and also a little bit oblique to the side, should have some combination of natural looking native species, trees and shrubs to soften the visual impact. I don't think it needs to be completely hidden, but I think it should be planted in such a way that it is not as stark and like a wound on the landscape, ideally.
Okay. So I'll just put mix of trees and shrubs, yes, for screening.
Yeah, please indicate native species if possible.
Yeah. Okay. So answer the question, will operations not be visible? So they will be visible. So.
They'll be visible. You can look up the driveway to it. So
I'll put a
Let's
yes
say
there. That would be-
visible, but screened in the way that we
Okay.
just described.
Okay, I have that. Okay, conditional requirement, if commercial, industrial operation is going to be commercial. Equipment storage is visible from adjacent dwelling, fencing or landscape screening, trees, shrubs or berms will be installed. So there will
I don't
be
think that's applicable.
non-applicable. Okay, got that box checked. Landscape required, yes. So we're gonna do the mix of trees and shrubs.
Yes.
Okay, I have that. Okay. Operations type of service specifically limited to the scope and application. Increase in scope will require a new updated permit to approve the increase of the scope of the planning board. So if you increase, you put in more storage units there, you have to come back.
Yeah, I did that 4 times on the other facility on Wyman's Beach Road. Every
Okay,
time you gotta go back and
so we
rebuild.
understand that.
Yep, yep.
Okay, number of employees,
Me,
you.
yeah.
Would you
Is
want
that
it?
1 or 0? I don't know.
Well, what I would do is probably put, if you need somebody, if you want to hire somebody, you could have 2 or 3, you know. If,
There's no real.
it doesn't, it
Well, Cindy
doesn't,
says-
it doesn't hurt
Cindy
to have
says
extra.
put 2. I got the peanut gallery just says put 2. She helps me out, so.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Okay, with there be an additional person or anything around there. Okay, I'll use 2 if that's what you like.
Yep.
Okay, security, yes, lighting, can I have?
Gabe, what do you think? Put the lights like up under the eaves and shine them down. I've seen that where they have the security lights that come down under the soffit of the building that shines down. I've
I
seen
think
those on a lot of-
straight down is good.
Yeah, I'll build them up underneath the soffits. I've seen other facilities have those. They shine down under the drive in front, but not anywhere else.
Okay, I'm gonna put lighting downward facing.
Yeah,
That sounds good. Okay, now we got some hours of operation. We're gonna go over here next. Monday to Friday, right? It would be at least, we're gonna have, I got Monday to Friday, then I got Saturdays, Sundays. I got daylight, I got federal, state holidays. And so we gotta get some times for those, basically.
well, yeah, I won't actually physically work there. People just come and put their stuff in and then they come as they please to retrieve it or.
Well, would they be coming so if they came in the morning, would you be like, how late at night do you think they would come there, Richard? People see cars coming and going and so forth.
I wouldn't want people there past 9 PM personally.
Okay, what time would you want them to come in the morning? 6
Um,
a.m.?
Yeah, 6 would be fine. Yeah, maybe an early bird up too.
Yeah, okay, so we'll use 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's Monday through Friday.
That's
Saturdays,
any day, basically. Weekends are
okay,
busier.
Saturdays, Sundays, you want the same hours operation. It's gonna be operated on Saturdays and Sundays. People want to come there then, move on the weekend. And the time for that, what would you like? Oh, the same, 6 to 9?
Yeah, the same. Yeah, the same. Just less
Okay, good.
confusing that way for people. If it's 6 in the morning to 9 at night, every day, they
Every
confused.
day. Is there any thoughts from the board about that?
I think people are gonna come get their stuff when they want to, so.
Yeah, I know.
Weekdays, it's
I
almost.
don't think it's
nobody
gonna be a
there.
big problem, but I just want to ask everyone.
But given that there is a residence, right next to it, I mean, you're opening yourself to some complaints. So will there be a sign, on the building showing that they are, service hours?
I'm
If you
sure I could put the sign. I have a small sign I put out in front. If you've seen the one in front of my house on Woman's Beach Road, it's a little 2 foot by 1.5 foot sign. I could have my number and stuff on that. I could put the hours of operation on there. But I
Okay.
make people sign a lease. I could also put in the lease. That's the hours that they can come and go.
That would be
That would be the
good.
best bet. They have the lease. They have
That
to
makes
sign.
sense, yeah.
So it's not gonna be, it won't be daylight only, because there'll be some nights.
Some
Correct.
people at work, they come in later. There are people that work that, they don't get in until 6 or 7. So
Okay, I'll just make that, it will not be daylight only operation. It'll be some nighttime because of the seasons. So I'll make that 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. as well.
Yeah.
Federal state holidays, they
Yes.
probably want to get it on there
Okay.
then. Same time, 6 to 9.
Yep.
Okay. That's
A typical day, nobody comes near this place. Actually, the one behind my house, on a weekend, I'll have like 3 people come down, and there are people that rent from me that I never see at all. I mean, they're
All
just,
right. They just leave it there for months.
yeah,
Those are the
years.
best. Okay, number of off-street parking spaces, would you say? I think probably, I know you're gonna have a circular drive around it, but is there enough for, I think, one for each unit?
That's almost irrelevant because nobody's actually stopping and getting out. So there'll be one in front of each. So there's going to be 16 spaces.
Why don't we
And
put
that's-
something in there that will,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
put
we should
16, one
just
per unit.
indicate 6.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Any exterior lighting will be designed to ensure safe movement and security by the use of motion detectors. Are you gonna have motion detectors on those? Yes or no?
Yes.
If lighting motion detectors are fitted, they will minimize adverse impact on neighbors' properties, including glare and reflections. So if you have motion detectors, they have to downward facing lighting.
Yeah.
It.
Okay, all exterior lights will downward facing with minimum illumination for sufficient, adequate, and safety security. Yes. Signs. All signs must comply with town ordinances, specifically size, distance from road corner requirement. Signs may be used to advertise and to ensure safe movement and security. So you're gonna have a sign,
Yeah. Let people know I'm there.
all right? And then there's a sign ordinance in South Thompson. Noise will not exceed 65 decibels at the nearest property line. Yes or no? So it's not a noisy operation.
That's not an issue.
That's not. So I'm going to say yes on that. It will not exceed 65 decibels. Dust is a conditional requirement. Now, I've added a little bit from the old standard that we had for, get my wording here right. Performance standard review. I added one more sentence when I rewrote this. Dust and community operations shall not create emissions of dust, dirt beyond the property line. This will also apply during the construction phase of the project. So you can't, if it's dusty, you got to mitigate the dust.
Yep.
Building, okay? This may require resurfacing, access road, use of water, tenting to mitigate dust, halt operations if the wind direction or speed is not favorable to operations. Agree to that?
Yep.
Okay. Odor control. There's nothing there that would cause odor or?
No,
is
if
that a
anybody
yes or
puts stuff
nay?
that smells, I'm going to be throwing them out in a hurry.
Okay,
don't wanna-
NA, put on that. Or I can write yes if the, I don't know. I don't see what any,
It says right in the lease that I have for people, there's nothing that can be dangerous, nothing hazardous, nothing odorous, nothing that animals
Okay.
might come after. And
I'm gonna put NA on that one then.
yeah,
Okay, now may not pertain to your property, but I'm just gonna read through it. Vibration condition requirement, use of rock or other material crush screening equipment would be limited to daylight operations only, and that's a NA. You're not gonna do any of that. And NA for the hours of operation per day for that. By patient conditional application or agents will notify the CEO a minimum of 10 days prior. Any rock crushing, the CEO may, at his or her discretion, allow operations to commence sooner than 10 days. But in any event, applicants must notify the CEO for approval. And that's going to be NA. You're not going to do any kind of rock crushing.
no.
Okay. Nuisances above operational notes and conditions also concerned by the planning board due to this nature of operations not listed above. So do we have any questions about dust, vibration, anything like that? I'm asking the board now. If not, I'll just put an NA, because, okay. Routing of traffic, field pedestrian access. Condition requiring operations will be limited to conditions approved in these performance standards with regard to hours and days of operation. So that's going to be, you're going to have your 6 to 9. So that would be a yes.
Yeah.
Okay, circulation safe. If required, access to the public will be restricted, controlled, or secured. So I don't know if you're going to have any kind of, if it's yes, no, or non-applicable.
Non-applicable.
I think that's true too.
Yeah.
That people. Okay. Adequate capacity on other roads. You have your entrance permit from the DOT, so I would say yes on that. There's adequate capacity on 131 to support this.
Yeah.
Does the
Like
board
I
have
say,
any questions about that?
What's that?
I'm asking the board if they have any concerns about adequate capacity on 131. Okay. I'm going to mark that a yes, there is adequate capacity. Professional and safe operation consists with proper use. Okay, you have to have any other approvals, you're going to have a building permit. And I don't know if you're going to have any kind of electrical permits or anything like that. But those will all have to, I'll put building and electrical in here right now. There's not going to be any water, right?
No.
Okay. All required license prior to operations. I don't know what kind of license we need in South Thomas and for storage units. But I'll say yes on that in case it comes up. Fire department access is yes. The South Thomas Fire Chief provides, I think the site access adequate prior to commencement of operations. So you're gonna meet with Brian Calderwood and, or I can contact him to tell him, project must meet safe fire marshal codes for its intended use. Okay,
So you're going to contact him yourself for me. And
well, I can call, I can call Brian and contact you or whatever.
Yeah.
But what you want to see is you want to, you know, before you start operations, you want to make sure he can turn his fire truck around in there if he has a fire. Or, and the building is built to, you know, code for its
Yeah.
intended use.
yeah, like I say,
There's
that's why I
nobody living
shortened the
in it, so it
building
makes
up.
it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's why I shortened the building up, to just give more access to everybody.
Okay, all right. Land conservation condition requiring applicant will limit material disturbance activity to a maximum of 2 acres for development projects. And will comply with state and Maine provide guidance where you're under your lot of erosion control, groundwater monitoring. There's no fuel storage on there, right?
No,
And no reclamation. That's when you dig up something, got to put it back. So I'll say yes on that. Maintenance inspection of sewage facilities, that's going to be NA. Applicants, agents will comply with federal, state requirements. And then if the board has any other conditions, we have the hours of operation, we have the number of employees. The building has to be permitted. Fire chief has to be notified to go over the, you know, fire safety stuff. Is there any other conditions that the board would like to require for this project? Hearing none, I'll say none there. Okay. Decision, based on the above findings with the specified conditions of the application for approval under the land use ordinance was approved, denied by a vote of. So now at this point, I need a motion to approve this project from one of the board members.
I make the motion to approve this project as defined.
Okay, that's Catherine.
Yes.
Okay, and then I got a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay, Kearney seconds it. Okay, we're gonna have a vote. All in favor? Kearney, what, Catherine,
Aye.
Aye.
and I say aye as well. So that'll be approved. I vote 4 in favor and 0 opposed and 0 abstained. Richard, good luck with your project. The only thing we need to get from you, I think, is a deed for the property and you'll
An
need to.
address.
And an
Yeah, we're gonna
address.
get an address, right?
I have that. And then I need to get the Brian Calderwood to just look at the property and, if he's got any concerns, how it's constructed. Okay. And you can wait if you want until you get back.
I'll be
and
back
meet with Brian.
end of February.
All right, why don't you meet with him for that? In the
Okay,
meantime, I'll get this typed up and then I'll try to get with Arthur on the number there, what it's gonna be, and it'll be given to the code officer and he'll keep it in his files.
we have a code officer now, by the way.
Right here,
Oh, okay, yep,
Dan.
yep.
I'm sorry, I've not met you. I was away, so I don't know who the code officer is. Can you do an introduction, Irvin, please?
Yeah, he can do it.
Hey, my name's Dan Dates.
Okay, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Catherine Bentime. So do you live in South Thomaston?
I'm sorry?
Do
live
you
in South-
live?
Oh, I do, yes.
Okay, great.
Did you
That
speak with the
helps.
police force or Dan Davies, you say?
Dan Dates. Nope.
Or Gates? Oh.
Okay, excellent. Well,
Oh,
thank
welcome to
you.
Dan.
Yeah,
Terry Brackett will still be doing the plumbing, issuing the plumbing permits for a while. So we'll be seeing him as well. Okay. And I'd like to move on to the amending the bylaws. Does everybody have a copy of what we talked about in October? I can go through it with you real quick.
You guys mind if I opt out at this point, or
You're all finished, Richard. You're set.
how do I do that? Do I just click the leave button?
Yes.
Oh, but-
I'll
all
do
right.
it.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, sir.
thank you.
Let me see if I get find my thing here. I had it earlier. I think I gave you a copy of it. I got this one. No, that's tonight's.
This is October.
That's what I need, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's all right. I got another one somewhere. Okay, on the agenda we had was the planning board. We wanted to put like I did with Richard tonight. I don't know if you noticed the planning board, when I did the agenda, I put his applicant's name, address, the location, proposed use of the project. That was number 1. Then we had a request, the applicant to post a sign on the property of the project with a description of the proposed use at the entrance of the property in view of the town road. And that was a request that wasn't, mandated. Commercial and industrial notifications were going to be required for the following. Buildings greater than 10,000 square feet. Middle disturbance of 2 acres or greater to include the building site and access road. For these notification proposals, the abutter is considered to be any landowner with 500-foot radius of the land use project. The cost of the project was considered, but it was agreed a non-issue. Plan review, the performance standard already covers operational needs of the project construction site. The formal proposal will trigger a public hearing. It was going to be structures greater than 10,000 feet, junkyards, mineral exploration, campgrounds, motels, large solar farms, mobile home parks, and industrial uses. When a letter of notification of abutter is required, they will be sent by the town of South Thomas via first-class mail. Other suggestions, notification would include the town website, town email list, general post in public buildings, commercial buildings by permission of owners. The planning board decision was to table the vote on the amending planning board bylaws till its January 2022 meeting. The planning board has left the option open for adding or deleting notification proposals until the January 2022 planning board meeting. So how does everybody feel about what we have so far?
I just have one suggestion. Down before you get to 2, on the first page, the
Yeah.
planning board maintains jurisdiction to review the application before it. Shouldn't that be at the top?
Uh, What page?
I mean,
I'm
it's
not-
no big deal, but
Is it on page one, you mean, first page?
yeah, first page,
Okay, number 2. Post
right
sign-
above number 2, the planning board maintains jurisdiction to review the application before it.
Okay. On number 1, I'm confused here.
It's right. Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Can you see it? It's circled right there.
And you would like to move that.
To the top of this whole shebang.
Okay, so. All right, let me get this straight. Sorry. Where it says on the planning board meeting agenda. Is it above that?
No,
Okay.
I think we're
Request the
looking at
application.
different documents. Irv, are you reading out the minutes of the October 28th
Minutes,
planning board
yes.
workshop?
Yes,
I think you're looking at a different form, maybe.
maybe.
this is just the one that Irv sent us for suggestions.
Oh, okay. I may not have, I might have it. I apologize. I can't lay my hands on it right now. That's why I'm
That's
mixed up.
okay.
All
I
right.
think we can discuss the minutes of the October 28th meeting for now, and we can go through those suggestions in the future on that other form.
Okay. Well, what was this, what the suggestions were they? Could you just let me have them real quick? I thought I had it all, pretty much all set. Let me see what I have on mine. Okay, what would you like to have worded there, Kearney?
The planning board maintains jurisdiction to review the application before it.
Okay. Okay, you said one other word, the planning board maintains jurisdiction before it? Okay,
To review
to review, okay,
the application before it.
okay. I got it.
Okay,
One other thing that I would like to add is, I think if we have citizens that come in and they missed the Monday deadline for getting on the planning board agenda, I'd like to at least have an initial hearing, be able to let them come in and at least hear about their project. Is that something that, you know, either at that or at a workshop or at a plan board, kind of like when Mr. Ratcliffe came into the workshop and then we the way the bylaws are now, we couldn't even like really listen to what he had to say. And I think maybe we should not Not, we don't have to act on it, we don't have to vote on it, but maybe that's something we could take a look at doing as
Well,
well.
it educates all of us, the
Okay, so why
person
don't
trying to permit.
I can add that to the list here too. So is there anything else that you guys would like to add to this? Because I was gonna, type it up a little more formally for you, or we can kind of vote on it tonight, and then I can type it into the bylaws. It's, if you're not
Personally,
ready.
I like what we have done. I think it's a big progress. And
It's nothing that's set in stone, you can always amend the
I
bylaws
know.
whenever
And
you want.
actually, my question was, can we just amend the bylaws or do we have to send that for review to the town?
We can do, this is just amending the bylaws of the planning board. We do that ourselves.
I think that's our purview, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so if you want to meet if you want to prove these things, the request that they put a sign up, that their names and stuff are all on the agenda. And that the commercial industrial notifications for buildings greater than 10,000 square feet, middle disturbance of 2 acres.
I think it's all very reasonable. Yes, I think.
500-foot radius for land use projects. So why don't, if you want to, I think we could get a motion. Do we have a motion to approve these, to add these to the bylaws? from
Well,
the,
I think it's a conditional approval. Let's have it in a final format and then we vote on the final format.
Okay. That's fine with me. So we'll just do that, and on the February meeting, we can take it up again.
Okay.
So
I mean-
do we have a motion to table this till the
I
February
think
meeting?
the motion is to add them to the bylaws in draft form and then vote on the full amended set of bylaws in February. So
Okay.
moved.
We'll move.
Second,
Do I have a second? Okay. Kearney, call for a vote.
Yes,
Catherine,
yes.
Gabe,
Yes,
me, yes. Okay. So I can get those done up before the next meeting. And probably, I'll try to get them out ahead of time and get them to you guys,
Thank
so you
you.
can take a look at it. Okay. Haven't done that. The next thing we need to do is elect a chairman and vice chairman for this year, 2022. So do we have any nominations?
I nominate Gabe to be vice chairman.
Well, let's do the
I
chairman
nominate
first.
Catherine to be vice chairman, chairwoman.
We're going to do the chairman first.
All right.
Well,
Why not?
I nominate Irv to be to reconvene as chairman.
I second that nomination.
Is there any other nominees? Okay. Not hearing any. Call for a vote. Gabe,
Aye.
Kearney,
aye.
and Catherine.
Aye.
Okay. And I'll vote for myself too. Torture some more. Okay, we're going to need a vice chairman.
So
We
the
have any
reason I
nominations?
nominated you, Gabe, is because you have, the experience here. I'm still new and learning. I know
All
you're
right.
very busy, but, I'll give you all the support you need, but, why don't you fly for at least a year?
All right, that's fine.
Thank you.
I'll second that. Any other nominees? Okay. Call for a vote. Catherine,
Yes.
Kearney,
Aye.
and Gabe.
Yes.
Yes, reluctantly. And I say yes too. Congratulations.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so next month, we're going to meet in about 3 weeks. Is that okay for everybody?
Yes.
And then I'll get an agenda out to you. Let's see if there's anything else I should have here. So yeah, establish the actions we have. The next meeting will be any applications that come in plus to finalize the notification amendments to the bylaw.
That sounds good.
And we'll do that on February 17th at 6 o'clock. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So
Make a
moved.
motion to adjourn.
Okay. Any second it? We have a second
Kearney
for that?
Nagel.
Kearney, okay. Kearney, call for a vote? Yes?
I'll call for a vote. Yes.
Okay, yes, okay. And Catherine,
Yes.
Gabe,
Yep.
and myself, yes. So that'll be finishing up at, looks like the clock says 7:18 here in the town office.
Well done.
So that'll be 6:15 to 7:18.
Thanks,
Thank you
everyone.
very much. I thank everybody for doing it. And I thank
you, and I
everybody for
you.
Guys,
moving a week for me. I appreciate it.
I would like to meet you
Right.
all in person.
Thanks, Jean Marie.
Stay
Looking
well.
Maybe-
forward.
Maybe next month we can, I don't know if with the
don't
band or not. We'll see.
Yep.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Nice meeting you all.